My name is Agnes Otzelberger. I work with CARE International for the Poverty, Environment and Climate Change Network, which is the team in the global care family that supports us in integrating climate change into our work. And on this team I work on climate change adaptation mostly, and also supported us in integrating gender equality across the work that we do. And I've been here this week with ICRAF to lead on one of the tracks, together with Mary Kate Waller from Senegal. And we've been looking at how researchers working in CCAFS and the broader partner network can lead on or work on developing organizational strategies to do this kind of work of integrating gender into climate change, agriculture, and food security. I think we managed to get people quite excited about being more critical in their work on gender equality in agriculture and climate, and to think a little bit differently about what that means and challenge some of the assumptions that a lot of people have had about what gender equality means. So yeah, my most immediate reflection is that I'm personally very excited about the potential of those researchers going out there, doing different kind of research and coming back with different questions and new evidence, and thus also supporting the work that CARE does on this. So a first key message is that we've spent the 2 days talking quite a bit about the two main stories that are often told in documents that you read on gender in agriculture and climate change, or policy documents you see or hear people talking about it. And that first main story is the one of the woman as the vulnerable victim of climate change impacts, kind of the disempowered person at the receiving end of the brunt of the impact of climate. And the other big story that has emerged a bit more recently is about the woman as the hero, resolving climate change issues and taking the lead on it all. And because she is a caring, nurturing, selfless human being that helps her community and her environment cope with the impacts of climate change. And those stories have also kind of implied that men are the opposite, that they're not the victims and that they're not helping resolve the issues. So there are some problems with that, and we've spent quite a bit of time exploring that and discussing this and making people feel more comfortable talking about it, because these two stories have been so dominant. And they have led to quite a few fairly generalized statements, which again we encounter again and again in documents, talks, reports, policy briefs on gender, agriculture and climate change. For example, the ubiquitous women are more vulnerable to climate change than men, or they're more likely to die in a flood or in the aftermath of a drought. They walk for hours carrying water, and when there's less water it takes them longer. And whilst there are lots and lots of case studies that demonstrate some of these examples in particular contexts, there are also a lot of other examples and a lot of other stories that need to be told. And I think we got people excited, and in the group we got excited about doing some more of that critical analysis, asking new questions, bringing new stories to this discussion, and then also talked about how we might go about developing organizational strategies to do that. And on that, I think one of the main messages I would like people to walk away with is that I see a lot of organizational efforts to do this kind of work really focus on people's skills and capacities. And that is of course a really important issue. It's mostly often a capacity issue. But if you want to build a long-lasting organizational strategy, you also want to ensure that you're looking at the organizational culture and you're integrating accountability structures to make sure that the strategy actually gets implemented, and then very, very importantly that you build some political will around this and some leadership. So I think that's one of my main take-home messages.